As many of you know, for many years, PJ's opening remarks were given in the form of a poem commemorating the graduating class. In his whimsical way, he would honor each student, befitting Eagle Hill's commitment to the individual. PJ was, among many other things, whimsical. I am an attorney. Some of you may not know that about me, but I worked at the Attorney General's office in the Department of Social Services in my early 20s. Today, I remain a member of the Massachusetts Bar Association. As such, it is my honor to stand and represent our graduates as I present my inaugural proceeding, the commencement case for the class of 2024. That right there. I open my argument with Maddie Adorney of Riverside, Connecticut. Found to be thoughtful, kind, and compassionate, a talented musician and actor who has served the community through the organization and hosting of open mic nights, it is unanimously recognized that she will thrive at Marist College. Next, I present Chip Banks, another Connecticut partner. While he at times did object in the arenas of Spanish and math, his output in reading was exceptional, particularly in the field of science fiction. His double tenure in Dr. Kim's critical analysis was beyond reproach. Xavier University is fortunate to welcome him. Josh Beiner is our independent expert in fantasy football, and himself a three-sport athlete excelling in soccer, wrestling, and ultimate. A Florida resident by way of New York City, evidence suggests that he also loves shakes at the cafe. Quiet by nature and blessed with a great sense of humor and warm smile when he decides to show it, he is off to practice at High Point University. The younger of the partnership of Bernstein and Bernstein, Yoni followed in his sister's footsteps but stands in no one's shadow. His animal advocacy provided the standard of care for the live animal room, as Snook and Squirt can testify. For this multi-sport athlete who also completed the full IB program, mechanical engineering and business at Syracuse await. Aiden Bhagwati, hailing internationally from India, had a universally acclaimed career at EHS. The consummate social butterfly who holds inactivity and contempt, he immersed himself in every facet of school life. I've been assured that his suitcase of Indian snacks for teachers are not, in fact, tantamount to bribery. Parsons School of Design at the New School is his next destination. Nearly local from East Longmeadow, Ryan Borski counseled with his peers and administration as a core member. Playing soccer and wrestling could be liable for the damages to his knee. However, the resultant time spent with our trainer, Emily, has spurred an interest in becoming a trainer himself. That pursuit begins next year at Coastal Carolina University. Michaela Colvin embodies the law of patience and perseverance, or at least perseverance. Dogged in her pursuit of personal goals, she held Dr. Riendo accountable for his office hours. And if her hours volunteering at hospitals were billable, the hospitals would be bankrupt. An occasional actor and a full-time athlete, she's headed to the University of Pittsburgh and won't settle for less than a nursing degree. From the Southern District of Texas, Ayan Dalal is a master in the case of coding, having apprenticed with Dr. McCaffrey in several classes. Never sedentary, he exercised his right to health and fitness through cross-country and joined jam band and played sax. The next change of venue is a return home to Austin College. Quincy Davis's towering stature was matched by his body of work here. A preponderance of evidence suggests that the Idaho native may have taught Dr. McCaffrey as much as Dr. McCaffrey taught him. He successfully interned in our IT department, and his ability to think outside the box will serve him well at Rochester Institute of Technology. Hailing from Barcelona, Liam Donahauer was swift on the soccer pitch and is a tireless advocate for Taylor Swift as well. He also honed his skills in advanced outdoor adventure with Mr. Robinson. While his charm may at times exceed the recommended limit, Liam is a confident and social leader with great things ahead. He'll make his case next year at High Point. Mengi Eisenberg traveled from Worcester each day, allegedly observing the posted speed limit to get here on time. He excelled in the practice of friendship, his commitment to his peers clear and convincing, and was a member of our leading wrestling team. We look forward to witnessing his success at Flagler College. Richmond, Virginia's Maddie Elder is a supreme on the courts. Basketball, volleyball, and tennis, an athlete of the year. She's also a star in the classroom, as evidenced by her completion of the full IB program. Fitting that this pillar of the community heads to Athens, Georgia that is, to join the University of Georgia. Liam Ferangi, an understated and quiet partner of the Corps, is firm in his goals. He told Jane Alwis on their first meeting that he would be an engineer. This declaration proved apt as he's headed to Stevens Institute of Technology next year. One of our finest, a bright, dedicated student, athlete, and community member. We selfishly wish he could be retained. Another Corps member with a smile in perpetuity, Lucy Gilsdorf, was a force on campus. An advocate, a friend, and an ambassador for the school, she lives with conviction and purpose. Her junior partner, Bryn Kelly, will surely appeal her departure, as will Dr. Kim and so many others. A European tour with an EF gap year is her next proceeding. From Washington State, Emmy Glass's excellence has coast-to-coast jurisdiction. Arriving in the middle of her sophomore year, her artistic talents have grown exponentially, and she became a defense specialist on the soccer field. Her most intense deliberation was over what college to attend after so many acceptances. Southern Oregon University is getting a star in the making. Teddy Goose from Boston was sentenced to excel in Spanish and English thanks to his linguistic prowess. The partnership of Turner, Kim, and Hidalgo will miss his presence. He will preside over his own classroom someday as he's bound for Syracuse to study elementary education. Olivia Gregory from California is of a determined constitution. She bested the trial of chemistry through hard work and perseverance and found her right of way in writing. There is no reasonable doubt that her parents and sister Caitlin are immeasurably proud of her, and she heads back west to the University of Arizona next year. It seems like Nikki Hernstein has been here for ages, arriving in 8th grade. There is, however, a term limit here at EHS. Apparently, though, there was no limit on coffee consumption or number of books read, for if there was, she would be in breach of contract. A defender of animals, she would frequent the shelter. Her declaration is to study English at George Washington University, though Mrs. Riendo holds on to hope she'll switch to poli-sci. Alex Hickey commuted from Connecticut every day. That in itself is a commendable deed. We were fortunate to retain his athletic services for 3 seasons, and he additionally served as a proctor. That he successfully balanced such duties and obligations is no surprise to those that know him. It is for a foregone conclusion that his future is bright at Roger Williams University. One time in her younger, more rebellious years, Kate Higgins ran afoul of one rule or another, and she was called down to PJ's office. Sue Cranford recalls Kate's shock when she realized her mother had shown up for the meeting as well, and she was unsure if she was there as a member of the prosecution or the defense. While she sometimes brings back 8th grade Kate, she grew into a mature, resilient leader, student athlete, and member of the Corps. She will be so missed as she departs for Marist College. Liam Holgate was a de facto Renaissance man at EHS. His areas of practice included squash, welding, ultimate, woodshop, rowing, tennis, and working in the makerspace. His versatile aptitude should aid him well during his next years at New England Institute of Technology. Liam, we cannot wait to see what your future holds. Justin Hugh has a clear and convincing smile that can light up any room. A dedicated athlete, he always gave high effort without complaint. It's said that he values his friendships above everything, and I submit the counterclaim that he means the world to his friends. His change of venue is a change of climate, heading south to Rollins College. From the Northern Midwest District... From the Northern Midwest District of Minnesota comes Maya Johnson. All the way down there. There you go, Maya. In possession of many talents, she plays tennis, she swims, and plays volleyball. She loves Starbucks and Sour Patch Kids, a reckless combination that could cause damages. While nearly a silent partner in class, she is always observant and attentive, traits that will serve her well at Creighton University. Sam Jones from here in the Bay State is judged to be among the most empathetic of students. He provides redress and relief to friends in need, going to great lengths to support him. A main stage on the stage, he presided over many a theatrical production and was a leading member of the Ultimate Team. At the University of New England, he'll find success in a flash. Rohan Kabra has no objection to anime from what I'm hearing. He's also a staunch proponent of video games, a connoisseur of the digital realm. He's in possession of the finest goth fashions, a specific style always on the docket. Dynamy awaits Rohan next year, and no doubt success beyond that. Since arriving at EHS, Angelia Lamagna has had discovery after discovery of talents. A varsity athlete playing soccer and basketball, competing in triathlon, and this year also managing the lacrosse team. She set a dangerous precedent her first summer here when she told Kat Thompson she wanted more difficult work, but she always proved up for the challenge. She will be greatly missed as she heads off to Stonehill. Andrew Lascotti is a regional partner from Shrewsbury, Mass. He could never be suspected of a noise ordinance violation, for his disposition is quiet. He often kept his own counsel, but had a reliable confidant in Soph Warner. We have every reason to believe that he will do wonderfully at Emmanuel College. Sophia Lopez is a specialist in damages. Mrs. Huback says she holds the record for sprains and broken bones in her time at EHS. Her injuries are testamentary to her determined nature, athletic pursuits, and fearlessness. Tremendous personal growth has been the hallmark of her time here, as she now has the confidence and strength to both be a leader and ask for help when needed. At Johnson & Wales in Providence, there will be no rebuttal for her success. Otto Morlock is an associate in elevation litigation. He and his family volunteer to help run a ski mountain in Vermont. He is a de facto captain of campus, popular and acknowledged for his desire to help others. His friendships are paramount, and there will be so many more to be made next year at the University of Vermont. Tyler Nessum embarked on a fitness journey at EHS, his docket full of workouts most days. His efforts in the gymnasium were perhaps matched only by his entrepreneurial spirit. I'm told Tyler has a thriving Amazon business. A soft-spoken, well-respected, and well-liked young man, his time here cannot be defamed. We wish Tyler the best of luck at the University of Tampa. Arriving from California during the highly objectionable pandemic, Tori Nupar is a volleyball star. She ruled over the court, putting in countless hours of practice. An incredibly driven student, she challenged herself with difficult classes like IB biology, and her efforts have been judged as exemplary. Tori heads north from here, and it is a surety she will thrive at the University of New Hampshire. Phoebe Pack from Easton, Connecticut is creative and imaginative, a partner in role play with Kat Abbott. Athletic pursuits included basketball, rowing, and volleyball, and Phoebe's advocacy had no limits, including the LIT program, student affinity groups, and working with the animal shelter. Deferring college proceedings, a gap year awaits. Hailing from Billerica, Mass., Samantha Panzeri takes leadership in stride. She makes brief work of long cross-country courses, making her case for recognition and summarily awarded the league's Runner of the Year. Uncommonly kind, Sam's departure will be an irreplaceable loss for our campus, and she will no doubt be a positive material influence at Westfield next year. A day student commuting from Holden, Caitlin Podolsky has a love of volleyball that will never waver. She was a guardian of the court. As could be inferred, she had a wonderful connection with Coach Bonica. Caitlin served more than aces. As a Girl Scout, she arrived some days with a specific intent of cookie sales. We have no doubt she will thrive at Westfield State. Jack Reeves was a force for Pioneer Athletics. Competing against him was an unjust burden, and wrestling him would be probable cause for damages. Following the precedent set by Rose, his time here was chock full of impressive deeds. The consummate friend, teammate, and partner, Jack will join the Mass Maritime Academy. Hudson Rydell's powers of persuasion are such that they border on undue influence. By way of example, he was able to cajole Dr. Riendo into personally delivering Dunkin' Donuts on many occasions. A driven student who takes ideas seriously, Hudson would work beyond his assigned practice, diving into light texts such as Lockhart's measurement and Euclid's elements. No doubt he will tackle substantive works and accomplish great things at Elon University. Todd Rubenstein is no racketeer, but he excelled in tennis and squash nonetheless. I submit that he is also proficient in piano, and Carl Mercier can testify how helpful he is in the theater. Ever inquisitive and intellectually curious, Todd is primed for great things at Marist College. When the case hinges on a technicality, Alex Schwartz is the man for the job. That is to say that he's a master of technical theater, interning with Carl this year. His areas of practice are diverse, also a three-sport athlete in cross-country running, wrestling, and crew. Known for his kindness and gentle demeanor, Alex has made wonderful progress during his time at EHS, and many more great moments to follow at Marist. Sam Staffenberg is the unofficial mayor of Eagle Hill, appointed out of the respect of his peers and appreciation of the faculty. Sam's jurisdiction includes a captaincy of the crew team, oversight of the snack bar, and starring on stage. He is found to be kind, loyal, and purposeful in all that he does, traits bound to serve him well at High Point University. Anthony Toscano isn't afraid of a heavy caseload. He spends hours in the gym, represents the jam band, and does countless hours of volunteer work in suicide prevention. Helping people is his doctrine. With the intention of becoming a therapist someday, he is an asset to our community and sure to star at Westfield State and beyond. One of three in the class to start in 8th grade, Jack Valentino took the long road to senior partner. A specialist in culinary property ownership, he routinely asked Mr. Harbert for Hawaiian pizza because he thought that no one would ask for a slice. Mrs. Riendo's U.S. government class was his favorite, and she greatly enjoyed his apprenticeship. High Point University is lucky to have him next year. Audrey Wallace, half of the venerable Wallace & Wallace, represents the best of his Eagle Hill visual arts. Her work brought cheer to our campus, and a beloved piece is central to my own office decor. Your sunny demeanor and smile will be so missed, perhaps most by Finley Riendo. That Syracuse, your college of choice, has the color orange for a mascot is so fitting for someone as bright as you. Bridget Wallace endured a case of cruel and unusual punishment, a litany of injuries so difficult for an athlete. Competitive as they come, she challenged herself with college courses during her senior year. She also assisted young associates volunteering at Hardwick Elementary. For the first in their lives, the twins will be going their separate ways as Bridget heads to Alabama. Eaton Wiseman from Dedham, Mass. Is regaled for his work ethic. Miss McFall claims he might be the hardest working student she's encountered, and there will be no rebuttal from me. With partners on the pitch, he played ultimate, and we can conclusively state that the University of Southern Maine is getting one of our finest. And now, last but not least, the closing argument, you might say. Soph Warner is a New Yorker who has made a case for most improved. In 4 years at EHS, she has become confident and mature. Her specialties are friends and family, decidedly favoring her home district of New York and being with her mom. Her change of venue brings warmer weather and new challenges. Elon University awaits. And now, if you'll indulge me, Dr. MacDonald did a poem each year, as everyone knows. Poetry was his thing. I decided mine would be prose. But in his honor and for this class who will all be so missed, I rest my case with rhymes, and for you all, class dismissed.